Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cruising Israel. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Max.
And today we have something pretty special for you guys. We are going to the port of Tel Aviv.
What's going on at the port of Tel Aviv?
I know we've been there a couple times before, but today is going to be something a little different. We're going to a food truck festival.
Wow, that sounds really cool. Let's go check that out without any further discussion.
Let's go. Now, you're probably used to seeing food trucks in places like carnivals or theme parks, but today we're at a festival dedicated to just that, right here in Tel Aviv. For those of you that are into affordable gourmet street cuisine served fresh from a truck, then Tel Aviv's Food Truck Festival is the place to be. With 13 food trucks set up, each serving something completely different than the next, there is a little something for everyone to enjoy. The country's first farmers market has completely transformed, where foodies can enjoy a full range of flavors in one place. So the food truck trend has definitely been growing in recent years around the world, and now it looks like it finally reached Israel. Is this the first of its kind in Israel, in Tel Aviv?
First Israeli food truck festival ever.
When you think of food trucks, you may associate it with grease and unhealthy food, but don't expect those kind of standards at this year's festival.
The variety is crazy. We have a carnivore food truck, a chef that his specialty is smoking meats, which is amazing. We have a Greek food truck, the Taverna Express, that serves souvlaki and kebab on a wonderful pita bread. With harissa, you have to try it.
Something tells me I'll be here for hours.
Yeah. We have wonderful vegetarian and vegan trucks.
Of course, Tel Aviv, you must have that.
I think one of our best trucks is the arepa. Do you know what is arepa?
Yeah, the Venezuelan street food.
Venezuelan street food. They do it amazing. So it's
cocktails
and a
truck right
cocktail
behind
truck.
us.
What else can you want?
Running the food trucks, you'll find everyone from experienced chefs with a knack for whipping up delicacies to young chefs just now making a name for themselves in the industry.
Initially, this new wave of food trucks started because of the last economic crisis around the world and the social protest. And I think there is a need from both sides. Chefs and restaurateurs need a cheaper vehicle than starting a restaurant, and the audience want really good food in a fair price.
The 3-day festival opens at sunset and goes on through the night. So I'm assuming these two beers are for Max and I?
Yes, this is a Blue Moon beer, an American beer that specially mixed with fruits. One of them is orange. You can also see the orange slice inside. It's really combining the drink. Really nice, refreshing.
Masayit in Hebrew it's truck. Double meaning masayit, eat, to eat, something like that. We can make a lot of kind of food. It's universally kitchen. You can make, tonight it's sausage. Tomorrow we're going to make a very nice hamburger. I'm going to make you a very nice dish.
Okay, what do we have here?
פה יש לנו קרם בטטה.
Okay.
פה יש לנו קרם ארטישוק.
Yum.
יש לנו נקניקיות הומייד. קצת ספייסי.
איזה טעים. What kind of drinks do you serve here?
Alright, so we serve all kinds, mostly with like ingredient that it's alcoholic, and then we base it with what we feel is for the time period. Now this time it's like more happy times, it's summer times, so we're looking into more like passion fruit, pineapple, orange, some things that will let us feel like very open.
Refreshing light drinks. All right, so what do you got for us, Itai?
Okay, so today what I'm going to get for you is, it's called Floripa. It's from south of Brazil, from that origin. It's rum that aged with whiskey in a cask for 2 weeks, passion fruit syrup that it's homemade, orange and pineapple that it's freshly squeezed, and apricot jam that Dora's mom made. Okay.
Sounds amazing. Can't wait to try it. The food truck industry has come a very long way since its start and shows no signs of slowing down. It is enjoyed by just about anyone that loves gourmet to go, so let's hear what some of the locals and tourists have to say about the mobile cuisine.
My name is Moshe. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
And what are you doing here in Tel Aviv? Are you having a good time so far?
Having a great time. It's sort of crazy here, but I live here and I work here.
live here. You made Aliyah?
I did. I made Aliyah about almost 10 months ago.
And could I ask you what made you move to the Holy Land?
Precisely that. Holy, beautiful, good food.
So we have here 13 food trucks set up. Are you planning on eating any more other than the steak sandwich?
I saw a place with wings, and I mean, I really, really want them. It looks like they were barbecue, so I'm excited about that. I think there's some Peruvian food or some sort of Latin American food that I heard, so I'm going to check that out. And of course, the alcohol will happen eventually as well.
What are your names?
Adi?
Davida.
And you guys are Israeli, born and raised in Israel?
Yeah, of course.
Are you having a good time here at the food festival?
Yeah, of course we have a good time. It's like
Good food, good drinking.
What is your favorite thing that you've tried here so far?
We don't try it a lot yet, but I think we're gonna try everything here.
Okay.
meanwhile my favorite thing is this sandwich, the bread sandwich. It's very good and it's come with a special bread with a spicy sauce inside, a lot of vegetables and very good. It's worth it.
Sounds delicious. This is the first food truck festival in Israel, so are you surprised when you came to visit here that they opened something like this?
Yes, it's quite surprising. We have it in New York, we have it in Williamsburg, and we have it in Long Island City. But it looks very unique, very typical Israeli.
Yeah, now they have it in Israel. Have you tried anything?
Yes, we did. We took some sabich, which is very Israeli. Some eggplants with eggs and what else? Tahina. Now we go to eat some ice cream.
All right, well, beteavon, bon appetit.
Well, that was fun. And you know, in the spirit of food and trying new food, cool stuff, there's actually a chocolatier right here in Tel Aviv that makes chocolate that's been such a success that even in France they want this Israeli chocolate. It's been like a real hit.
We have to try this then, Max.
Let's
Take me there.
do it.
People from all over the world love chocolate, and Israel is no exception. Today we're going to meet the Israeli chocolatier, whose unique flavors is not only making a buzz here in Israel, but all across Europe. Israeli gourmet chocolate makers are bringing high-quality chocolate to the Israeli market, and Ika's chocolate is no exception. Her handmade delicacies have been the talk of the town for quite some time now. Wow, that's good. From a sound technician to becoming a professional chocolatier, Ika has built her empire with one chocolate at a time. Her passion and dedication led her to study in Paris, where she learned all the techniques there is to know. So some might say you have the best job in the world, dealing with and smelling chocolate all day. Am I right?
Especially for one who is already addicted for chocolate since I was like 4 years old.
So why don't you tell us how a small store in Tel Aviv reached such international fame?
I think it's basically about taking the right opportunities, going to the right doors in the right time. I was really lucky because sometimes I ask myself the same question. How come I was in Galerie Lafayette, I'm in the Club de Coquette, how come it happened to me?
Well, I'm sure it has something to do with the quality of the chocolate.
I hope so.
So I see even in this display case you have many varieties of chocolate. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of them?
We can start with the Rocher, which is the original name is from Rock. And it's a very classic bonbon. Normally we say bonbon for French pralines, for French chocolate. We have different origin of chocolate, of dark chocolate. We have the very, very gentle, delicate milk chocolate. We have the salted caramel, which is one of our best. I think the winner is Za'atar. Well, it did win for the last few years in the International Chocolate Award.
Za'atar? You don't mean the spice?
I'm talking about the herb, yeah.
The herb?
Yes.
Za'atar and chocolate, who would have thought that this was a good combination?
Yeah. I was surprised by myself when we started to create it. But then the balance was so accurate. It was so...
Wow. The Za'atar chocolate is an example of how Ika incorporates her own Israeli influences into the art of chocolate making. This is what won Ika a golden medal. We were then headed to Ika's boutique chocolate factory, where the intricate production process takes place. As soon as you walk in, you can smell the warm chocolate in the making.
This is a hot one. Normally it's about 24 degrees. It's better for working with chocolate. But then when we want to stabilize, when we want to crystallize it, we put it in the cold room, which is about 17, 16 degrees.
Okay.
This is our dungeon of chocolate. Now we're cutting the orange peels. We are going to make a tablet, milk tablet with orange peels on top.
Delicious.
Let's do it. So, we're going to fill in the chocolate. We put before some bronzer color. So afterward you can see the chocolate tablet with a thin layer of bronze. We take out the bubbles. And then, help me, you can just spread. The tastiest recipes are the one you just take chocolate and you add something to it.
Simple.
The simple.
All the recipes are your own. How do you get inspired?
No,
do you get inspired from?
some of them are a recipe that I studied at Valrhona school or at the stage I did, but normally I change part of it to create it to my own beliefs, my own creation.
The final product had a beautiful bronzed glow to it and was extremely rich and creamy in taste.
This book is the Club de Coquers. It's a ranking of all the best chocolatiers in France. With this book, I was strolling in Paris and I was searching for the best chocolatier. That was 98. On 2015, we are in it. The first time I saw the email from Club de Coquers that was asking to try my chocolate, I was like, this must be a joke.
Ika's accomplishments also got her to take part in the Christmas collection at Paris's most prestigious department store, Galeries Lafayette, alongside leading French chocolatiers. Absolutely amazing. Chocolate-covered hazelnuts. Who doesn't love that? After being enticed by all the chocolates in the shop, Ika wrapped up a beautiful box of my very own. Max, what do you say we go visit a place where we'll learn all about natural and organic cosmetics? And I heard we can even make our own homemade cream.
Wow, you seem really excited about this.
I am.
So I figure can't make you
You'll
wait
have
any
fun
longer.
too.
Let's hit the road.
Let's go. In a small enchanted garden in northern Israel, you'll find many types of Israeli-grown botanicals that release bursts of alluring fragrances. The natural oils from the botanicals are used in Lavito's skincare products. Lavito is Israel's leading brand in natural and organic cosmetics that is exported all around the world.
We sell to about 350 stores around Israel, which is perfumery, apothecary stores, health food stores, really good ones, some spas and boutique hotels. We sell in the state with about more than 100 stores.
The fragrant herbs throughout the garden stimulate our most powerful sense, our sense of smell. So we are now in the midst of a beautiful botanical garden. Why don't you tell us, Ido, a little bit about what we are surrounded by?
So we have here at least 60 different type of species. It depends on the season, right? So we are now in the spring, as you can see. Everything is blooming and beautiful and the sun is out, so it's great. So those 60 different type of species it's the plants that we actually work with. So we give lectures about the plants and how you can actually distill the oil out of those plants and what you can actually do with them for your own purposes and family and loved ones, and actually how you can produce skincare from those plants as well.
So why don't you give us an example so I could understand it a little bit better?
Okay, good. So let's take like a basic and a very simple plant like the rosemary. Okay. We can grow that almost anywhere. It's really strong plant, and we really appreciate the smell that comes from the rosemary. Most of the people know that rosemary is good as a spice. Right. Rosemary oil is distilled from the leaves, right? And its highest concentration of the essential oil is usually when it's blooming. So the rosemary oil, you can use it for muscle pain or for joint pain. You can actually, people that have doesn't have a good stimulation of the blood around the legs, so they can actually, take the rosemary oil with the basic oil like olive oil or sunflower oil. They can blend it together and actually massage it into the legs, into the joints, after they're doing sport, and you have like a pain somewhere in the body.
As I strolled around the garden, I began to follow the sweet smell coming from the lush roses. Not only is the smell phenomenal, but it's yet another great ingredient that can be used in your skincare routine.
From the rose flowers is, first of all, it's very expensive. But it's very effective as well. It's good for anti-aging, for wrinkles. It's good for stimulating it's uplifting. So it's good for emotional challenges in our life, right?
People put it in their food as well. No?
Yes.
Some dessert.
Yes. The fragrance is beautiful, as you just
Yeah, wow, I
noticed.
can't get enough of it.
Yes.
Ido, what do we have here?
So we have actually the beginning of the blooming flowers of the pomegranate. So you can actually see different stages here. You can see it's really closed and then it started to open and then you get the flower. In the end we'll get beautiful, beautiful, tasty red pomegranate.
Once the pomegranate is fully ripened, the oils are extracted and cold pressed from the pomegranate seeds.
This is a fatty acid oil, rich with antioxidants, very effective one. This is what we're using in all of our face skincare line. It's good for skin elasticity, it's good for the hydration of the skin, it's good for the wrinkles around the eyes and face. It's really strong plant.
What is the difference between the fatty acid oils and the essential oils?
So essential oil is not really an oil. It's just lighter than water, so it flows on the water, so they call it an oil. Fatty acid oil is the one that comes from, let's say, sesame seeds, olives, pomegranate seeds. This is really fatty acids, the one as we use in the kitchen. Essential oils are oils that come, fragrant of course, with smell, that come from the flowers, from the roots, from the seeds. Let's take for example the trees of the citrus. You can find oil in the peel of the orange, or you can actually find essential oil in the leaves, and you can actually find oil in the flowers. So this is like a good example of how you can actually find different essential oils in the same plant.
Why don't you show us now a plant that you could extract essential oils from?
Let's go. This is the geranium. This is what I wanted to smell and...
This is amazing.
Yes. Actually, it's a local type of geranium. It grows in the Mediterranean area. It grows very good in Israel. It's a type of geranium, of course, but it's a lemon geranium. So it contains a lemon fragrance, which is very good in aromatherapy for skin problems. And actually, this oil that comes from the plant is good for taking care of oily face, and it's actually balancing the sebum on your skin and hair.
The essential oil extracted from the geranium plant can be used for many things, but is particularly good for balancing emotions. Its scent instantly calms the mind and restores emotional balance. Ido has surrounded himself by nature all his life. He started with baby care products and quickly moved to skincare, body care, and beauty products over a decade ago.
Of course, this visitor center that actually is a vision of educational purposes, a vision of how to teach people about the aromatherapy, about essential oils, how they can actually use it in their home.
We always find these cosmetic oils and creams in places like pharmacies or health stores, but we never know what goes on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, so we're actually going to do now a workshop that can actually explain and express how you can use the essential oils and how you can actually produce your own product.
These are all the oils that are used in one cream?
Not in one, but this is like a variety of different oils. Oils, fatty acid oils, essential oils, hydrosol water, different herbal extracts in different fractions that you can actually do. When you come to a visitor center, you can actually produce your own cream. So we give you a variety of products that you can actually take from them, 3, 4, 5 different extracts, and produce your own cream.
Okay, so what are we going to be making today?
So it depends what you want. You want to have a hand cream, a face cream, a foot cream, a hair cream.
What about a face cream?
Face cream, good. For your type of skin?
Well, I'd like to say normal, but since we are living in Israel and it's hot most of the year, so a little dry.
Okay, we'll fix something for you. What are we going to do? We're going to take lavender, hydrosol water, and let me see, we'll take the jojoba. So you're going to take and put 5 drops from the pomegranate. It's a very rich, you can see it's very creamy oil.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's good.
I then added almond oil, lavender, and rose water. All right, thank Thank you so much, Idal. I've learned so much today, and the next time I buy these creams or essential oils, I'll think of you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you here.
All right, well, La Vida was fun. My skin feels rejuvenated. They even gave us some gifts to take home, which was nice.
Great. So listen, I was thinking for this episode we should take things full circle and end at the Port of Tel Aviv, right where we started.
To the port. Why is
Yeah,
that?
I know the food trailer thing's done, but there's great restaurants there year-round, and we've been invited to check out Kitchen Market. Great place.
Oh, the Kitchen Market. It's a great place. I've been there many times.
Well, I haven't, so let's go check it out.
Okay. On the second floor of the Farmers Market is one of Tel Aviv's finest restaurants, offering an amazing sea view and innovative gourmet cuisine. So let's meet the men whose dishes have attracted both locals and tourists alike. When speaking about the food at the Kitchen Market, some may describe it as works of art. The inventive menu was created by head chef Yossi Shitrit. With much thought and creativity going into it, he set the bar high for local chefs here in Tel Aviv. But not only at the Kitchen Market, Yossi is also the head chef at the super chic restaurant Mashia.
Over here, everything began. I mean, this is like the main stone of the group, Kitchen Market. 2 years ago, we opened the Mashia restaurant. That kind of, I mean, the food is great, but it's another type because food is talking more about like Israel and Moroccan food that comes from Yossi's house. And of course, he presents it in a different and unique way. And then we have the Onza, that it's in the flea market, okay, in Jaffa.
On one side of the Kitchen Market, you can see a breathtaking view of the Mediterranean, and the other side overlooks the vibrant market.
Okay, so since we are overlooking the Mediterranean Sea, I think it's most proper to make a dish that comes from the sea, and it's a salmon tartar that we're going to make today. So, we have here the salmon tartar mixed with mizuna leaves, Asian aioli, yuzu, and we're going to build the dish right now. We're going to hide it with a crumbled that's made from puffed rice, tomatoes, with seaweed that's called the wakame. What we are doing now is the soy gel.
The Kitchen Market has the convenience of being situated right above the colorful farmers market here in Tel Aviv. So most of your ingredients are taken from there?
Of course, has to be, yes. So over in the farmer market we have a lot of kinds of vegetables and fruits, very unique that you cannot find in another place. I mean, if you go to the supermarket inside Tel Aviv, you won't find it. So definitely the freshness and the unique species that you have over here. Then we take it up, we cook in.
The fresh produce that arrives to the farmers market each morning are brought up to the restaurant and are transformed into gourmet, beautifully designed dishes.
Today, I can say that we serve a lot of types of food. You can find here even an Italian style, French of course.
So it's kind of a fusion of all
yes,
different types of...
definitely. Lots of flavors, lots of spices, but we will prefer to use the spices that belongs to Israel, belongs to us of course.
Okay, so now for my favorite part of the show, the tastings. Here we have the yellowtail.
You should taste everything together.
Oh, everything in one bite. Wow, I didn't expect that crunch. And the smoked eggplant brings it all together. Amazing.
What do you prefer from both of them?
Honestly, this is my favorite kind of food. Like food that you can't find, you can't make it yourself, you know, at home. That's why I like coming to restaurants.
True that you need to work in a restaurant to make it. I'm not cooking as well, you know, at my home.
No?
No.
What do you like to eat at home?
I will eat sandwiches or something, you know, I won't cook.
What? The freshness, delightful flavors, and stunning presentation at the Kitchen Market will surely give you the ultimate dining experience. And with the romantic ocean view, it'll be a perfect way to end your evening.
Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of Cruising Israel. We're so happy to have you with us.
Don't forget to catch us next time as we cruise the country and show you the best Israel has to offer.
Bye.
Bye-bye.